Now we're going to work with a very simple guide in this practice, and it's two chants. One is Om, which is R, U, It's composed of three sounds, R, U, R is the waking state. U is the dreaming state. Is the deep sleep state. And they join together, and at the end of the chant there's a moment of stillness, and that's the transcendental awakened state. And they all join together in that sound. Om. It's open throat sounds, very primordial sound. It's said to be the beginning and the middle of the end of everything. It's the foundational sound which Christians call the Logos, the sound that started the universe. In the beginning was the word, Om. So Om is a very powerful sound, and it's a guide into those deeper experiences of consciousness. The other sound we're working with, you'll find in the Devi Gita, the Song of the Goddess. Now, in that Vedic tradition, everything that moves is the divine feminine, the goddess. Everything. That's thought, it's body, it's mind, it's all vibration, it's all electromagnetism, it's the whole universe. It's Om and Hrim. So Om and Hrim represent the masculine and the feminine, bound together in ecstatic embrace. So you find these images within the Vedic tradition of the Yab-Yum type thing, of the masculine and feminine in ecstatic embrace. So the Om and the Hrim are vibrational sounds that represent that. Om is consciousness in all its states and forms, and Hrim is everything that moves, And we're bringing those two together. So the chant, we're going to be working with the chant, the sound on the breath. So just get those sounds familiar first of all. Om and Hrim. And if you spell it, it's H-R-E-E-M. Om, Hrim. 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 Within the Vedic tradition, the tradition was that you got the sound from a teacher who resonated it to you, and then you practiced it for something like, 100,000 to 1,000,000 times before you shared it with anyone else, when the teacher told you to. So there's a tradition there of really embodying things before you share them. It's not a cut and paste tradition, it's a tradition of deep embodiment. And that's necessary with these sounds. So again, the tradition would be to do those sounds vocally, first of all, many, many times, just like that. Om, Hrim, Om, Hrim. I know many different chants, all of which I've worked with extensively. So that's a good beginning one. Then you would work with them whispered on the voice, as you're breathing in. And we're going to do that. And then you take them into what's called manasik, which is in the mind. So you're breathing slow, deep and steady, and vibrating those mantras in your mind. Which you can't obviously see me doing, but that's what's happening now. I'm doing a very slow, super coherent breath and repeating those mantras in my mind. And that takes you into a place of deeper and higher levels of consciousness. It's a guide. The guide is called Shabd Brahman. So let's do this together. We'll do a short version of a few minutes of working with the Om and the Hrim, and then take it into whispered, and then tape it into super coherent breath, slow and deep, with the chant in the mind. So we'll start vocally. We'll go to whispered with the breath, long, slow breath, and then into super coherent breath with the mantra in the mind, manasik. Get yourself comfortable. Be ready. Good to close the eyes on this one. Om Hrim, 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 Om, Hrim, Om, Hrim, Om, Hrim, Om, Hrim. Om Hrim 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 Om Hrim. Om Hrim Om Hrim Om Hrim Om Hrim. And you can chant the mantra Om as you're breathing in as well. In mind. You can go in the mind and keep it there. Om Hrim 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 Om Hrim. You do Om Hrim on the breath as you're breathing in. And then Om Hrim 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 Om Hrim. Om Hrim 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 Om Hrim. Finish the breath. Om Hrim. Breathe in. Chant the mantra on your mind. Om Hrim 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 Om Hrim. It's good to do that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even 20 minutes. 20 minutes is going to yield results. You know, Herbert Benson did a piece of research on chanting like this and found out that people who chant in this way, their telomeres regrow. Telomeres are the caps on the end of chromosomes that determine cell death. So when the cell replicates and the telomere gets thinner and thinner, the cells die. Herbert Benson found that when you chant, those telomeres don't thin. They stay the same. They regrow even. The same was found in the Shamatha project with long-term meditators. So you can affect the longevity of your cells by chanting and by meditating. So let's go to the second level now, which is working with the breath and whispering. So you're going to whisper the mantra with your lips, and long, slow, deep in-breath. On the inhale and the exhale. Spreading the nostrils wide. Just continue. Another thing that really affects the practice and enhances it is eye gaze. Turn your eyes up slightly. Look up between the eyes here on the inhale, and bring the gaze down on the exhale. That really facilitates a deeper experience with the practice. Excellent. That's the second level. And the third level, we're going to just doing it in the mind with the breath, super coherent breath. And use the eye gaze here as well, lifting the eyes up on the in-breath, dropping them down past the nose on the exhale. And you finish the practice by letting go of the breath. If the mantra continues in the mind, so be it. Just watching the breath, coming to breath awareness. Excellent. And a tradition within the yoga, of both Buddhism and yoga, is that when you finish a practice like that, you take the energy of the practice and you give it up for the well-being of all beings everywhere. May all beings in all realms, wherever they find themselves incarnated, be well and happy. That kind of finishing is very common. There are many chants around that. One of them, for example, is Asato Ma Satgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityo Ma Amritam Gamaya, Lokaha Samastaha Sukhinu Bhavantu, Lokaha Samastaha Sukhinu Bhavantu, Lokaha Samastaha Sukhinu Bhavantu. So those kind of chants, that's about 4,000 years old, that one. There are many chants like that which finish by connecting the practice you are engaging in with the well-being of all beings everywhere. And again, that takes us in more into that realm of inseparability and joined-upness. Excellent. That's the practice of Shabd Brahman, an introduction. And when you come on retreat, we'll do practices like this sometimes for half an hour or an hour at a time. On some of the retreats I do, we do practice like this all night. We begin and we do a ceremonial all-nighter of working with Shabd Brahman. And that is a profound thing to do. Excellent. Thank you very much.